You kind of stole mine because I was in that meeting. And the mom, she was super grateful for all the flexibility for her student. She'd had bad schooling experiences before us, and she said AZBA actually gave her student faith in teachers again. So that I think is a big compliment. So I had to share that again, but it was an excellent meeting. And yeah, like you said, mom was super grateful and appreciative, and the student graduates in a few weeks. So
I love it. You guys are great. Thank you so much.
I'm raising my hand. Can I go next?
Please. Yeah.
Okay. So they expect you to only graduate with your doctorate degree once in your life. So the robes to borrow are like $300 or $400. I finally got to wear them, go to commencement. So yay.
Congrats.
It was a good chance to close the book and actually feel the realness set in. So we did that on Monday.
Well, congratulations, Scott. That's amazing. Really amazing.
Thank you.
Good job. Michelle, I see your hand up, and then we'll do Stephanie.
All right. Well, I got to really reconnect with a friend and eighth cousin last week who came back and was thrilled to get to talk with her more. I'd been missing her. We've both been a little busy this year. And so it was just nice having you back.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, that was fun.
Are you guys really cousins?
We are really cousins. I wish we could do that here. Like there's an app on Family Tree that you can, there's a thing you just click find relatives around me. We did it at 1PD a few years ago, and we were like, I don't know, maybe 10th cousins, and then we were 9th, and now we're 8th. We're like getting closer all the time. Like we go back to the 1600s where we are related. So yeah. Kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so we're both kind of genealogy geeks, and we really enjoy that. But the reason we get closer each time is because we do research, and then we'll find someone new. And we used to be related on my mom's side, and now we're related on my dad's side closer, and so it's just fun.
That's fun. Stephanie?
Okay, I finally figured out how to unmute myself. You'd think I would know that by now, but this is a personal one. My daughter, who is in 5th grade, is a finalist at the Higley School District art show. So we get to go tomorrow and see if she places and wins an award. And this is her first art show, so she's super excited. And I don't know what the piece is yet because mom's not allowed to see it, of course, until it's time, but I'm excited about that.
Oh, congratulations. Let's see. Sarah, I thought your hand was up, and then we'll do Melissa.
It was. I was so excited earlier today. It wasn't even that big of an email. I received an email from a student from last semester who was at every single office hours, and I've been thinking about him because I can't get anybody to office hours. I can't get anybody to participate, and he was like a #1 student, and his email was so nice. Just, my dad, I was thinking about you. Me and this other student have been talking about you a lot lately, and he thought I should email you. Email a teacher that really helped me out my freshman year. I'm just like, that was last semester, but it just came at the right time because, end of the year, you can feel like, I keep sending emails. I keep trying to set up appointments with students. I keep giving them plans, which I have some students that I've brought to passing. So that's joyful, but that I haven't had any contact with this student, and that just warmed my heart. So that was very nice to receive.
Oh, I love it. Melissa, and then Jeff.
So I have two. I'm cheating a little bit. One's school related and one's personal related, and I'm excited about both. So I just finished a one-on-one with a student who I have been fighting for literally 6 months to get the transcripts, and we finally have all the transcripts, and she can actually see that light at the end of the tunnel. And I was able to lay out exactly what it was going to take to graduate. And she uttered the words, "Oh my goodness, I can actually do this." And that is such a big moment for these kids, because sometimes they really lose the fact that they're going to lose it, or be able to make it. And then my daughter literally just texted me to tell me she just got her very, very first job. She's the one who just got her PhD, and she's going to be working for a research university in France. And so she's really excited because apparently it's really prestigious. And so my kids are saying the bar is set way too high for all the rest of them. They're not going to even bother trying to look for it anymore. They're just going to find their own bars.
I think you're going to have to take a trip. So go visit her in France.
Oh, I just got
Right?
back. I just got
Oh,
back. I was there to see her PhD. So
Oh, my
she'll be here in
word.
December, and then I'll go back for her wedding next year. So I have trips planned.
Take some friends with you. Go ahead,
I'll
Jeff.
go with you.
Yeah. Jeff, you're up.
So I got a couple of things, two things here. One of them is, so I've recently got, I teach sales level 1, and recently got all my kids hooked up with IXL. And the other day, both of my math classes, I got them over there for math actually, and I spent the whole day getting both math classes and both English classes over there in IXL. And I'm telling them now, I can see what you're doing over there. So I'm going to be giving you like kudos while you're there, and attaboy, and great job. Keep going. You're doing it, you know. So I'm watching what you're doing. So, you know, just keep going. And so along the way, I'm making sure that they're over there. And if I don't see anybody over there, I'm like, hey, you need help? And all of a sudden, boop, they're over there. And so I got a thing from IXL that said that they just, and that one day they'd all hit the 300 level for level A. And so I got an award for all the kids. And so when I told them, they were all like, yay. So all my kids all at one time were all over there at once. I couldn't believe it. It was just like
Oh
an
my gosh.
amazing feat for me. So I was
That's
super
awesome.
happy about that.
You're going to love it,
And
because
then
they're
the
going to
second-
send you, like, they're going to send you certificates almost weekly of what the amazing things your kids will do. You'll love it. Yeah. What's your second thing?
That was my first one, so I was super excited about that. And then the other thing is that, so just today I got a second text. So about 2 or 3 months ago, every couple of months I get a text from one of my old students from brick and mortar over there in Prescott Valley at Bradshaw Mountain High School. And because I keep in close contact with all my students over there that's graduated and stuff like that. And Brian sent me another text just now and said, I'm looking for another job. Can I use you as a reference? I'm like, of course you can use me as a reference. And then last week I got a text from Isaiah, who said he had graduated from Glendale Community, or not Glendale, from Yavapai Community College. I was so excited, you know, and these are kids that are below resource. And he was just doing just getting all the just regular courses and stuff. And then he's just trying to decide from there what he wants to do. So I think what he meant was that he had completed the course and passed the course. And so for him, that was like a great feat. And for any of my kids to even go to college or go to a community college, when I started there 7 years ago, none of those kids were even thinking about going to college. All of them were work bound. And like, no, that's not going to happen. Some of you can do this, and don't believe the liars, that the naysayers, and it's not true. You can make this happen. And a couple of them did, and so I'm like the proud papa. So
I love
wanted to
it.
share that.
I love it. Well, thank you guys for sharing, all of you. I think it's wonderful, especially when you've got former students, whether it's last semester, last year, 10 years ago. When they reach out, it really touches your heart. And like Mary says, one email can change everything. I love that. So the next thing we're going to talk about is our Prop 301. So Prop 301 is your bonus pay. And so many of you are rather new. I just thought some of these things would be important to go through. If you finish out the year, then you qualify for Prop 301. Depending on when you started during the year, you'll get a proportion of the total. And it's based off of three things: student retention, increasing student achievement, which is all about your teacher evaluation system, and professional development. And professional development is really in your control. So you want to review what you decided to do as professional development, and make sure that you've done those things. And if you're not sure, like, reach out to me and we'll figure it out. Okay, we'll figure out what it is, because I want you guys to all get as much money as you need. Not as you need, because we all need a lot of money, as much money as you're supposed to get, right? Charles sent an email today that Prop 301 is going to be 15% of your pay instead of the 10% that it normally is, which I think is pretty amazing. So if you make, just because the math is easier, if you make $50,000, then you'd be getting $7,500 instead of $5,000 if you qualify for all of it. Scott, your hand is up. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
Are you going to talk about how we can find the effective range on our end, whether we're 76 to 96, and also what our retention numbers will be this year? How much of that portion we're getting? Do we know those numbers yet, or how to find those numbers?
We don't know those numbers, and we don't know any of those numbers yet. So the plan is that they collect all the data, because some of the numbers come from assessment scores from the state test as well. So that won't come until the end of May. So I'll be sending you an email with all of your scores for your teacher evaluation system, that effective points that you have there. Probably the 1st of June, but they said by the end of June, because we don't get the data till the 1st of June. So in June, I will send you an email that says where you're at and how much you're going to get. And this is actually paid out usually the end of July. They try and get it in the first check, but I don't think it'll be there till the second check in July. If you, and we'll get to this in a bit also on your intent to return. If you're leaving, but you turn in your letter of resignation ahead of time, you still will qualify for this pay. Okay, if you make it to the end of the year, you'll still qualify for this pay. Other questions? I mean, I don't have a whole lot of answers for you because I don't know the numbers. I don't know what our retention number is. I won't know that until school is over. Let's see. You did submit in a DocuSign, that's right, Morgan. I don't have those, but I know that somebody has those, and they have access to all of Shannon's documents. So I know somebody would have that for you, but you should have a record of that as well. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is domain 4. This is part of why we don't have your numbers yet, because this domain 4 is the fourth domain for the Danielson rubric. Counselors and advisors, I think you're on a different plan. So I'm not sure. I don't think that you have a domain 4, but you have a different plan, but it'll be similar. Like your payout, you should have points. It's going to be similar for you to get your Prop 301 as well. The domain 4 is for you to, it's really the reflection piece. And so I want to see, I sent out the document. I'll send it out again on Monday. Well, I'll send it out again today when I send out the PowerPoint, because I'm going to send out all of this for you. There's links in here with surveys and stuff for you guys just to have handy. So I'll send this out with the notes. I'll send out the recording. I'll send out the domain 4 document, and you guys can work on it tomorrow. Michelle said she might get around to making a video. Did you do that already, Michelle?
No, but I'm going to do that after this meeting, and I'll go ahead and send it in the example when I did out to everybody.
So Michelle has done hers already, and she's going to make a video as to how she rated it and how she captured her evidence so that she would have like a real teacher's view of what this looks like. And it's also, I looked at it with her. This is what I'm looking for. And you'll upload it to your OneNote. And then I will go in and I'm going to enter it into your April, your second April informal. I'm going to enter in the ratings, and that's where that pulls into your teacher evaluation system. Scott, question? No, oh, leftover hand. Okay. That's
Yep,
fine.
sorry, I'm gonna pull
Do
it
you
down.
want to ask a question since I called on you? Like, you know, you can. If anybody has questions, please, please ask. Another part of your teacher evaluation system, part of the points is from a satisfaction survey. So you need to, we have created an individual satisfaction survey link for each one of you. I say we, it was Katie Small did it for me, for us. And Chris is going to be sending those out to each of you. You will send it out to your class. You'll send it out Monday, and they'll have, if no one gets any responses, we'll let you know by Friday. But so then you can send it out again or something to try and get them to respond. But it's a satisfaction survey for you. And then we will send you the feedback on that in June as well. So you'll get that. So I know you're going to be off, but we'll be sending that information to you. I think in the email that Chris sends, it's got all the information. It's got a template for you to, all you have to do is slap in. Oh, here, thank you, Chris. You're going to send it out, and then it's got this template here. And what I wanted you to see on the slide is that I put a clip of what the survey attached is going to be an Excel document. You're going to look at your name, and you're going to look at, here, let me make this bigger for myself. So you're gonna look right here, and you're going to copy your survey link, and you're gonna slap it in over. I need a different color. This is, how do you pick a different color on your, oh, there we go. You're gonna slap it in right here, and input your name and your course name, and send that to your class. So you can send it to each class, but the survey link is going to be the same, and they'll all respond. And that the percent of satisfaction on that survey is the percent that they pull into the teacher evaluation system.
Sorry, I was trying to get the email. I was going to put the email up, and now I can't get it.
Oh, that's
to me.
okay. That's okay, because that was all the words from the email. So you
Oh,
want to
okay.
just go back to the PowerPoint.
And now it's a mess.
That's
There we
okay.
go.
Michelle, question.
So let's say a teacher's not returning next year. I'm hearing lots of emails. They're going to come in June. How long would the said teacher's email address work after the school year?
So it's not gonna, your email is not gonna work much long after the 27th. I don't know when I don't know when that is, but that's one of the reasons why we've sent out, or Chris has sent out a survey. It's on one of the next slides. There's a survey here that we would like you to provide an email that we can reach you at during the summer if you're not returning, so we can get you the information so that you'll know. Yeah, and I think I already have like on file a personal email for you, but not you in particular, but all of you guys. I think that you had to provide a personal one when you started working for us, but I don't know if it's still the same. So please fill out the survey that Chris has created, because that gives us a way to contact you in the summer. Did that help?
I sent that out. I sent that out in an email earlier where I asked for people's name, phone number, personal stuff, because if there's for any reason we need to get a hold of you this summer, like we'll be able to reach you with personal email, personal address, whatever. If we want to send you a letter, who doesn't like to have letters from Maine? I mean, just saying.
Any other questions on the satisfaction survey? Okay. So salary. So again, a lot of you guys are new, and so I thought this would just be a good thing to touch on. Stride gives a merit increase. It's not a step for like every year, or if you get your master's, you don't get any more money, which is kind of sad, but it's just they give a merit increase. And I just think everyone should get more money all the time, but I'm all for money. Money is my favorite thing. No, I'm just kidding, but it really isn't my favorite thing, but I just like to have it. When you come back in July is when you're going to get your increase. And so what happens is they will they, meaning HR, sends you an email and says, this is your percent of increase, and there will be a percent of increase. So you're going to get a letter in July when you come back, and then it will not be paid out though until August. So it usually comes the very end of July, and then it's paid out in the next check in August, but it is retro back to the beginning of July. So the first pay in August is a little bit bigger than subsequent pays. And all this comes via HR in July. Questions? Everyone likes money too? Okay, next slide. So this is about intent to return. And so if you are not planning on returning, and let us know sooner than later, so by May 1st, which is Sunday, then you are going to qualify for your summer pay and for the 301 bonus. What does that mean? So there's not a contract with Stride for employment. You're an at-will employee and you're here working until you decide to resign or something else, right? So you continue to get paid all summer long as an employee. I know at some school districts you get like a lump sum in May and then you don't get paid again until August. Here you just continue to get paid every 2 weeks. So if you do give your letter of resignation because you're not coming back, you will still continue to get paid till the end of July, and you'll get your Prop 301. If you turn in your letter of resignation after May 1st, then your last day would be the 27th of May, and there wouldn't be summer pay. And so this is the survey link right here that is really important for us. This is not the same as Mr. Woods. This is the one that Chris made, and this is the one where I'd really like to get your email, especially if you're not returning, so I can send you that information. Any questions on this?
And that's the survey that Chris had already sent out to us.
Yes.
Quite a while ago, and we had all filled out.
Yep, correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. And I just put it here in case, so you didn't have to hunt in case you missed it. Maybe you don't miss things. Sometimes I do, but I like to circle back in my email, especially because every time I am in a meeting, which is all the time, there's like 50 more emails that come through. So I apologize if I haven't got to you, email me again, and I promise I will. Communication is important to me. Yeah, go ahead,
I
Jeff.
also put the survey in the chat box for
Oh,
those of you
perfect.
that are
Thank you, Chris.
interested in looking at it.
You're a great Vanna. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yes, Vanna, thank you. So if I read that right, you get Prop 301 if you're here after 5/27. So does that apply to prorate for if I've started after January 1? Sounds like that I would get half of my Prop 301
A portion of it, yes.
portion of it.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. And that's prorated according to how many
How long
days I'm
you've been here. Mhm. Correct.
So that this 301 is for January to May. Is that, am I right? Or is it
Prop
back?
301 is for the whole school year. So, but if you just started in January, then it would be for half, basically. You would be getting
But
half
you
of the
get, but you get it paid
15%.
twice, but you get it paid twice a year,
No,
right?
no, you get it once a year in the summer.
Here.
Here, once a year in the summer.
End of summer.
Okay.
I say end of summer,
Yeah.
beginning of
Mhm.
the school year. That's what I like to say.
It really doesn't come
Okay.
until the end of July pay is when the Prop 301 comes out, like the money actually is funded.
Okay,
We
got it.
did, Patty,
Okay.
you're right. We used to get a very small portion of that in December, and then the rest of it, the bulk of it, we got in the summer, and then they went to just once a year. You're right, I forgot that. Thank you, Patty.
Okay,
Um,
because
Yeah,
they gave me a prorated amount when I first started that they've added to my check each pay period for past.
So that's a different part. That's the part that goes to your base salary. And there's something in all of our checks that says Prop 301. This is different. This is the bonus.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and so yeah. If you guys have more questions about it though, send me an email. And if I don't know, I'll find out, okay? Because there's a lot of things I don't know. Summer information. So I still am looking for, because of some people leaving, I have openings for special ed for summer school, for direct instruction, math or English. And it could be a general education teacher. And it's $15 a session if someone is interested in that. Please reach out to me.
Wait.
Go ahead.
$1,500,
What did I say?
$15.
1,500. It's on the slide. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yep, that's right. 1,500 a session. So up to 3,000 for the summer. And the dates for summer
Teamwork.
school are on the slide. Yep. Thank you so much. And reach out to
Is
me
that the
if you're
same for
interested.
special ed? Is it the same for special ed?
Yes. For
Okay.
summer school.
Got it.
Mhm. Yep.
For ESY?
I don't know about ESY. Jeff, I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll ask Stephanie.
Ask Stephanie, and then also ask her if you volunteered to do this, if you could pick up the 1,500 also. I mean, I
Yeah,
think you could do both.
maybe I can double dip.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm all
Thank
for
you.
money. I don't know, but I can look into that if
too.
you're interested. Okay. So,
Yeah, I might be. If I'm here and I'm working, I might as well see what I can do.
okay.
And you need help, right?
I always need help. Yes. Chris can attest. I always need help. New teachers start back on July 18th. And I know none of you are new, but if there's something that you feel like, hey, I'd like to learn more, we're doing virtual training and you would be welcome to join at any time virtually if you wanted.
Amy, can I talk about this next part, the new
Yeah.
teacher part on July 25th?
Yeah.
So I'm
and-
super excited because new teacher training for the new teachers coming in will be virtual for the week. But the day before professional development, which is on the 26th, we are going to have the new teachers come in on the 25th to the Glendale office. I am offering second year teachers, which is our first year teachers this year, the opportunity to come in as well to get some hands-on training that day with whatever we're going over, and one-on-ones with like our department chairs, myself, Amy, we'll all be there to support the new teachers as well as second year teachers. So I sent out a survey to all the second year teachers yesterday, maybe the day before, I can't remember anymore. But if you're going to be a second year teacher next year, please look in the chat box. There will be second year teacher. So that's all first year teachers right now. And this is the form to fill out if you would like to attend. There isn't I thought I saw, is there an agenda yet for that day? There is not an agenda yet for the first day or the second day yet, correct, Amy? The second day?
There's
no
not,
agenda
but
yet.
they're working on that, and they have a tentative agenda schedule for new teacher training for both, for that week and the week that we get back. But there will be like a pretty solid schedule because we have to have one. So we'll get it out as soon as we know. And if you're interested, like you can even sign up on this. And then once we send it out, if you're like, I can't do that after all, that's okay. That's okay. So we're going to form you to death anyways. But There's also a form if you need a hotel. That's the one below the in-person PD date and location. So let's go to the next slide.
And I did put the second year teacher survey in the chat box.
Yep.
Just to reiterate. Oof.
Okay, so I just wanted to touch base with you guys. The data focus on the left-hand side is what I sent in our Monday memo. I'd really like you guys to focus on the 40 to 60% kids. What can they do to bring up their credit? Bring up their grade to earn credit in your class. I'm not saying to go from an F to an A, but maybe in your class they can, I don't know. I really just want to get them passed because that will help them graduate. And let them know. So look and see what they need to do and please let them know. You can pull up the D2L tracker on the graphs tab. You click on your name and then you can see how many are passing all their classes. And that's great. Those are the kids that are on track to graduate. So typically it's going to be about 40% of your kids. That means 60% are not on track to graduate. And that comes to, Chris, can you kind of zoom out a little bit? Because the very top line of this slide says that we're in school improvement. So we are in school improvement for with ADE, and we have been for several years for our graduation rate. They've calculated our graduation rate like at least 3 different ways since we've been in school improvement. And I don't know the current way that they're calculating our graduation rate. We have a meeting with ADE this next week or on the 11th, whenever that is, to go over that again. So sometimes, some years they pulled in the past 4 years of students, but they always look at the students that are supposed to be graduating with us this year and who 4 years ago, who was enrolled with us. So who was enrolled with us 4 years ago that we don't know if they've gone to another school or not. And then are they graduating this year? That's our graduation. Like that's who started with us when they were freshmen and are graduating with us now. That's the numerator, and the denominator is who started with us unless they've left and we know where they went. So documenting where they've gone to school is really important from freshman year on. So we've had issues with the documentation over the years, and it's really bit us. Like that's what the bottom line is. So we're working on improving our graduation rate, and regardless, we really want the kids that come to us to graduate. So I would like you to, this is an action item I want you guys to do, but not right now. I'm going to send the slides out and I'll be getting you more data. This is one of our focuses that we'll have next year. I want you to be thinking about brainstorm and share with your departments and Chris and I just some ideas that you think would help improve our graduation rate. And send it over. We will use those things in planning for next year. And then just as a side note, I put at the very bottom, if you would like to congratulate our graduates in their virtual graduation ceremony, I need those videos by close of business tomorrow. So please send over a video that just really short, just like no more than 20 seconds. Congratulations, graduate. We're so proud of you, class of 2022, something like that. Anyway, thank you. And I don't really have, do you have any questions on the data piece? I don't know that I can go much more into the graduation rate with ADE though. Any questions on this?
I just had a question on the video, Amy. Does it have to be in our regalia like we did before?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Brittany, the trackers are all in OneNote, and there was an issue with you guys being able to access it, but you should all be able to access it now. Trisha Jones has fixed it so that all of you should be able to, when you log in, you should see the student summary, and right below that is the tracker, and she's going to upload that for us every time they come out. That's where they'll be for us in OneNote. If you ever can't get it, then can you just message me? Where can I find the password for the trackers? Tani, I am not sure on the password, but the D2L tracker doesn't have a password. So
For some reason, when I was looking it up today, they seem to be password protected, but I'll double check that again, make sure I have
Okay.
the right thing.
no, and then maybe Trisha did password them and I don't know. So like if it really has a password, I need to get that to you. Okay.
I think that's where I saw it. It's the student summary report. Yep, Stephanie got it in there, but I think it's actually listed right above where all the summary reports are
At
housed.
the very top on
in
that
in
page.
OneNote. So
Perfect.
yeah, like I think it's up there as text. I believe that's where I copied it for someone.
So
before,
but I really don't like the D2L trackers shouldn't be password protected because all that data is FERPA friendly already because it's only the last four digits. Michelle, did you have a question? Okay, let's go to the next slide. So this slide, I'm not even going over this, but this is just like a schedule of events that are going on, that are coming up. This was in the monthly memo, but I wanted it all in the slide deck that I was sending out to you. So let's go to the next one. Oh, yay, we're at NWA. Brett and Mary are like, finally. Okay, so Brett and Mary are going to do some training with us on how to set up our sessions. If you are just got a new session, a new section for your 7 Mindsets Bobcat, I don't know, because it's hard for me to wrap my head around that right now, I'm going to call them homerooms because it's just easier for me. But advisors, you actually have a homeroom. So we couldn't call the other things homerooms because advisors, like theirs is called a homeroom and yours is a course. The 7 Mindsets is a course. So counselors are not going to be taking part in NWA. And so in just a minute, I will dismiss all the counselors, but I wanted to just let you know, counselors, that if you look, when you're trying to get a hold of a student, if you look and see which 7 Mindsets class they're in, reach out to that teacher because maybe they'll be in that session testing and you could grab them and conference with them if you haven't been able to get a hold of them. So leverage our staff to try and help you get a hold of those kids. So our counselors have to meet with every student in just the next 3 weeks to work on their grad plans and make sure they're set for summer school if they need it, or their courses for next year. And so that's what our counselors are going to be doing. So counselors, do you guys have any questions for me before I have you leave? Okay, I counted to 10. Spoke my piece. You guys are dismissed. I appreciate it. What we're going to do with everyone else is everyone will have a homeroom. No, so I'm saying homeroom, but that's in my head. It's like a homeroom. The 7 Mindsets Bobcat Pack class. Everyone should have one. And then Chris is like, oh, there's 4 teachers that have 2 still. And I thought I fixed it so you didn't. But I think that some others got shifted around. Like Leonard had 2 and now I don't know why Leonard still had 2, or Melissa had 2 and she wasn't even here. So I'm not sure what happened there, but some of you have 2. So I'm still working on that because I don't want you to have 2. I want everyone to have 1. So like Peter, I think you're one that has 2 classes right now, but you really should have 1. Stephanie, it's like all history people. Peter and Stephanie and Stephen, I think you've got 2 and you should have 1. Yeah, I think you should have 1. So I might need to I don't know what we're going to do. I don't want to move students out of those because it's actually a course. So we'll do something. I just don't know what. but you'll be responsible for testing one. So if you can just, those of you that have 2 on your schedule right now, please don't schedule anything until Monday. If you're going to schedule, like, just don't do it today or tomorrow, and give me a chance to sort it out and get them arranged so that you don't have to test both of them. And then Chris is gonna pair up the classes with the advisors, so that the advisors, you guys can be the ones that help no-show call and help get the kids into class. So the teacher can reach out to you and say, Rachel, I'm missing these 5 kids. Can you try and give them a call? And she can try and get them into class to test. We're going to do reading first and then math. Really, I'm hoping everyone will have, I said 30 to 35, but there was a homeroom that I saw that had 46. So like, but it's not that you're going to have hundreds of kids to test. You're just going to have this one group, and you are going to be responsible to get them all tested by May 20th. And our goal is 95%. So these are your kids. You're going to hound them from now until May 20th. If you are out, if you're out because it's a comp day, right? You got a comp day, or you've got time off that you've already scheduled, and we pushed this back from last week to this week. It's okay, just message your students and plan accordingly. So if you're out Tuesday and Wednesday, then maybe you test Thursday and Friday, but your job is to get them all tested, okay? You can start testing tomorrow if you want. That will not break my heart. Like, the sooner we get them tested, the better. And there's nothing that's stopping you other than those 4 teachers. I mean, if you want to test all those kids, you can, but I want to try and split it up so that you're not responsible for all of them. So do you have any questions about who is testing who and what the responsibility is?
I don't have a question about who's testing whom, but I did put in chat. So my 7 Mindsets class is still listed underneath another teacher. It was originally taken away from English teachers and given to history teachers and elective teachers. So I didn't know if that's why Steffi might have multiple classes for hers, because mine hasn't been switched over back to me.
So I thought when I looked at yours, you have one in Total View.
I do.
It might
have
not
one,
be
but
the
just listed
same
underneath.
one. I think it's going to just
It's
be
just listed under read. So I don't know if that's still actually mine or if it's still hers. So I didn't want to message those students if she's still in charge of it as well and be miscommunicating.
Yeah, I think you're the primary teacher on it. If you're the primary teacher, you can go ahead and message them. The 4 teachers that, hang on, and I'll tell you the 4 teachers that have double rooms right now. Oh, that was the wrong thing.
While Amy's looking, Chris and I looked at the big list in the high school admin account today of 7 Mindsets classes, and some of them are still labeled with the teacher who taught that class all semester. So that would be Reed. But then Christine, you should now be the primary. So they're yours, quote unquote, for 7 Mindsets. Like my 7 Mindsets class still says Squire, but I'll test them for NWEA, if that makes sense. It's just the label versus you being the primary teacher.
That's fine. I get that. I just wanted to make sure before I start messaging.
Yeah, thank you, Christine, for the clarification. They're going to be yours for NWA. Jessica Ullman, if you're here, you've got 2. And so we need to try and move one of yours. Peter, Stephen, and Stephanie, those are the 4 teachers that have double right now. So you should have 1 Bobcat, and I don't know what all is in the name of it, but you should have 1 Bobcat Mindset class, and that's the group of kids that you will test. And just check and make sure you're the primary teacher on it. You should be. Except for Jessica, Peter, Stephen, and Stephanie, you're the primary teacher on both of your classes right now. Good question. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So how is this going to affect when we do meet for 7 Mindsets on next week? Like, I had my 2 were there, my 1 dropped off for testing, but then we will meet next Friday, but I'm just not sure how that all is going to work. And I know that's a separate beast, but it just popped into my head now.
No, we'll have one more 7 Mindsets class and then just a party, like you can just meet with them. And Chris is working on that as well. But the goal really is to get them tested more than the 7 Mindsets class. Yeah.
And I get that. I'm just saying, I've been responsible for 2 all semester.
Uh-huh.
And the other teacher, I think it was Samantha, had mine. She was not doing the live sessions. Is she going to do that live session next Friday? Because I no longer see that section. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's fine. Like, I'm totally good with, this, but I just want to make sure that they're going to, or get, be meeting with someone.
What she's saying, Amy, is that those are her kids, even though she had 2 sections, right? Like, let's just be real. She's had those 2 sections the whole time. And so she's built relationships with them and she wants to have a party with them.
Kind of. That's not
No,
really what
she
I was asking.
can't- like,
She
it's
can't
the
access
access
now.
to class.
Now the math or
Right.
teacher
She
that
has no
had them
access
going
to it.
That's correct. That's what I meant. Like, so what, I mean,
So if
clearly.
you actually do have access to the class, but just not to like email them, but you can schedule a Class Connect session with them through Class Connect
Okay.
by selecting
Okay.
another teacher's class. You can select and add
Now I'll
another
just need
teacher's
a
class.
reminder to do that.
I can show you, but
Okay,
but-
that's all I
but-
was wondering. Yeah.
yeah, and I feel like this is super not ideal for building relationships. I absolutely don't think this is best at all. But we have to get everyone tested, and it seems like the best way to divide up is to spread the load between people. And I couldn't spread it using the homeroom class, and so this was our only other option.
And that's fine. I just want to make sure the students that are working are going to have a way to get the information they need from their live session to finish it so they can get their credit. So, okay. That's what, Michelle, that's what we were just saying. So yeah, we're going to still, if you had 2 and 1 dropped off, we will have to invite them. Then I need to know, did it go back to Samantha or did another teacher?
No, so
we need to,
let's hold off and get you more direction on that next week, because even some of you might need to just be holding testing sessions that day. So if you didn't get to test them Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe you're holding your testing sessions that day and you'll be meeting with them. So that's my concern, is that I am really concerned about having a class next Friday when you've just been having to really hunt down kids all week in your same class. Like, you're seeing all those kids all week. So I'm just, I would like to come back to that next week and give you more direction then, if that's okay. Okay.
So Kobe has a question, and I'm sure it's about her not having a group, but that she's connected with somebody.
Yes.
Possibly.
You read my mind, Chris. M. White. I do have a class. It's under classes, right? And it says M. White, HS Bobcat Pack 7. That's it, right?
That's it. And you're not the primary teacher. You're with Mary.
Okay.
I think. Okay. Does it say Mary's the primary teacher on that class?
It says M. White.
I know, but not on the name of the class, but under the place where it says who the teacher is.
You told me earlier that it was me and her.
Yeah, so I think
Marie,
not Mary.
Marie.
I'm so sorry. I'm thinking Marie, and I almost said your
no,
name.
you're fine. Kobe,
so,
check it. Just tell Kobe to check her Skype and we'll be fine.
Okay, but you guys can tag team it, because I know that Marie has IEPs, and you might have IEPs too, Kobe. I'm not sure. So really tag team it there and work around your schedule to test your students. And Carolina and Tamara, is that how you say your name? Tamara? Tamara?
Yes, Tamara.
Okay, you guys are together as well for the same reason. Okay.
I guess I thought I was testing my kids in my individual math classes, that it's going to be in this class, right? Instead.
That's correct. And that is what's been done in the past with the DI has usually tested their own kids, right? And I think that's great. But they asked us to change that up and give everyone a load to do that you're just responsible for. So you've got this class to test. If you want to test your kids in class as part of what they're doing in class, please, that would be wonderful. Absolutely. You can test whoever you want to test anytime.
Okay.
Please.
Because I already
please,
sent
that
an
would be
email out to the
wonderful.
parents and the kids.
Test them, Kobe. Go ahead, test them.
Yeah.
Like, yay. That just means that when the other teachers pull them up, they won't like, and they pop in and say, hey, I think I tested already. They won't be an option to choose, like, because they've already taken the test. So it'll be
Okay.
great.
Awesome.
The only problem will probably be like if, let's say, Sarah is inviting one of your kids to class, and you know, she's emailing the whole class. Don't forget, we've got testing today, and your kid is like, hey, I just did this with my teacher. Just make sure, Kobe, if you can communicate with your students and say you might get double messaging, but we are doing the math one together right now. Okay. Thank you. Pam, you had a question.
Yes, hi. So my question was similar to Sarah's about 7 mindsets, because the students have an attendance quiz listed as due tomorrow, but we don't have class tomorrow. And so what do we do? Do we push it back to next week? Because I'm sure a lot of students are going to be asking, where's the quiz? Where's the quote for the quiz? Things like that.
We'll get you direction. My guess is that we're just going to, like, we can exempt it, delete it. I mean, there's a lot of options that we can do there for that. We'll get you more information. Yeah, the students
So,
don't have school
Amy,
tomorrow.
We can also, the school, that wasn't on the original calendar, so I didn't have it planned that way. But we can change the date till next week, like that it's due. And that would be the easiest way to fix it, because I already have the lesson done. It's ready to be sent out, but it's not for this Friday, it's for next Friday. So why don't we change the date to that quiz so that it's opening on Friday next week?
So Chris, you can send directions to that for that, and that will be perfect. Thank you. Thank you for the questions. What other questions do you have before I turn it over to Brett and Mary? You're sharing your screen, Chris.
Of course I am.
So Chris, for next week, does that mean then we'll have 2 attendance quizzes? Will it be 8.03 and 8.04?
No, we'll probably won't finish the last one. What I'm going to do, my plan, we talked about this yesterday, is having next week be, that will be May 8th. And am I right? Oh, I'm sorry. That will be May 6th. Sorry. And then, and having a party that day. So it will be like a 7 mindset / party.
Okay.
And you guys can put games and intertwine it or do whatever you want to the slides to make it like less 7 mindsets, but still with some 7 mindsets. And that's going to be the end, because we were going to go to the 15th, but we decided to shut it down, and let's just get this year done.
And get everyone tested. Like, testing is like a huge priority to get everyone tested. So that's what we got to do. So I'm going to turn the rest of the time over to Brett and Mary, and I have to step out. They're doing interviews for assistant principal this afternoon, and that's what I've got to go into. So Chris, I'm going to make you the hostess, what's the mostest? And message me if you've got more questions, and a huge thank you to Brett and Mary. Thank you so much for helping us with this. You guys are great.
And then can I make Brett and Mary a host?
Yeah. No,
we
you can only
already
have one
are.
host at a time. They're already co-hosts.
Oh, we're
Oh.
co-host.
Okay,
Brett,
co-host.
Do you want to
All right.
share, Brett, or do you want me to?
I can share because I had mine up ready to go. It's the same slides you sent out, just with the ones you added on, Mary.